Previously on the Ark of Time.
How about you just tell me what this is all about already?
A treasure hunt through time, if you will.
Whoa! That's a big boat.
Yes, it's Noah's Ark. All right, well, we need to get going. Take this pendant for Jessup. He is your traveling companion.
Oh, where are we?
That water down there is the Red Sea. In a moment, Moses and the Israelites will come down this path, and the way will be made clear for them to cross.
Where am I?
Bethlehem, actually.
They tried the inn last night. They had no room. She had the baby in the barn.
Did you say Joseph?
Miss, please tell them to take good care of that little boy. He's going to be something special. A godly man named Joshua could use your help.
I have been praying that God would send someone who can travel undetected through Jericho and bring back details of their armaments.
And you think we are these spies?
There is a prophet who is in need of a couple of good messengers.
My name is Isaiah. I understand God has sent you to help me.
Jessup, bring your companion there. I wish for you to accompany me in the temple to pray.
Sure would help if you could just get rid of the Assyrian army,
Our spies say that when the man woke up this morning, more than half were dead.
First, we should check our pockets to see if we have anything that might help.
Let me see that. It looks like some kind of tracking device.
I thought you were my son. I have been praying every day for his return.
Pleasure to meet you, mate. Name's Blake. Joe Blake.
What happened?
I'm afraid that you were the unfortunate victims of Mr. Blake's drugs.
It's sort of hard to explain, but we were sent here to help Job through his difficulty.
Next, I'll be sending you just a bit into the future so that you'll get a chance to glimpse how things could possibly turn out.
Looks like some sort of newspaper article. It's about my father.
Who'd he kill?
The state of Georgia was rocked last month when prominent philanthropist Reverend Jessup Jones was murdered outside his Buckhead home.
What?
You have the opportunity to change the way that things have turned out. I told you that I am, which is something that I've been telling you and the rest of humanity since the beginning.
He's God.
Oh.
This cup is a new covenant in my blood. Do this whenever you drink it, in remembrance of me.
You mean you are willing to die?
I would prefer it if it were possible for my father to remove this burden from me.
You do not have to go out into the garden.
Not a lot of good comes from your death anyway.
Well, that's not entirely true, Adam. Jesus' death did remove the burden of sin from all of humanity and allowed us to be saved from an eternity of fire.
Evening, Jesus. Ah, you two made it, I see.
You scoundrel, what are you doing here? Adam, our pendants, they're back.
It seemed best that you should have them. It's all right, Jessup. You can still call me Brit. I rather like the nickname.
Be not affrighted. Ye seek Jesus of Nazareth, which was crucified. He is risen. He is not here.
So that's it then. Now we get to go find Solomon's treasure.
That's what I've been waiting for.
And I suppose you have both earned the right to do so. You have come quite a long way over these last few days. I'd wager that you're both very different people.
I just hope that it's enough to avoid the future that you showed us.
Have faith, Jessup.
I do.
So, we're just going to go ask King Solomon for his treasure, or do we have to read secret codes on dollar bills and old buildings and stuff to get it?
No, nothing like that, but as I have found, it is best to let you figure it out for yourselves. Good luck and Godspeed.
Ha ha! I get it now. Godspeed. That's funny when he says it.
Adam, I worry about you sometimes.
That was much better. It's nice to finally have our old pendants back.
Indeed.
Though we aren't going to need them for long, I suspect.
Yes, we've finally made it to our destination.
So, where's this treasure then?
Well, it would appear that we are in the palace, so I suppose it's all around us.
All right. You know, it's strange. I agreed to all this nonsense simply for the money, but after everything that's happened...
The trip has changed you, has it?
I guess so. Not that I don't want the money. Far from it. It's just that, well, I guess my priorities have changed a bit is all.
I'm quite impressed, Adam.
Yeah. So we should go get this gold then, huh?
Something tells me it's not going to be quite that easy.
It never is it? You know, looks like there's gold all around us. You don't suppose we're just supposed to take it, are we?
I'm not sure. That doesn't really seem right.
Yeah, I guess I was assuming that we would be taking his treasure after he was done with it.
Indeed.
This does look pretty good, though.
Adam, what are you doing?
Relax. I'm just seeing how heavy it is.
And?
It's heavy, all right.
How much do you suppose that's worth?
In your day or mine?
Good point.
Hey, what are you doing in here?
What? Oh, no, I was just,
Stealing from the king?
How dare you!
Adam, perhaps we should run.
Stop! Thief!
Which way? Left or right?
Left.
Stop them! Hold it right there!
Nope, how about right?
In there! Quick! Put something in front of it.
Open up! You've got nowhere to go.
Now what?
I don't know.
Got you now, boy.
Nice knowing you, Jessup.
God help us.
What the?
You were so close to the end. Couldn't you stay out of trouble just a bit longer?
Sorry, we...
Hey, man, you knew what you were getting into and you chose us for this thing.
Yes, I suppose I did.
But how did they...
He's God, remember?
Oh, yeah. Are they...
Dead? No, just frozen.
And when they unfreeze?
They'll probably be quite surprised to see that you've disappeared.
Yeah, I bet.
You'll receive your treasure when the time is right. You need to be a bit patient. There's a process to all of this, after all.
Okay, but what...
Perhaps we should take a walk so that these nice gentlemen can get back to work.
Yes, of course.
After you.
All right.
I don't see why we need to wait around when we can manipulate time.
Yeah, how come? He's gone again.
I had a feeling that was probably about to happen.
Hey, where did they go? How did they...
We'd better keep moving.
Good idea. What's going on over there?
I don't know. Something sure has got everybody's attention, though.
Should we go check it out?
I don't see why not.
All right, I have heard both sides. This is a perplexing case indeed. Certainly a case of she said, with no real evidence to speak of.
What's he talking about?
That must be King
On the
Solomon.
one hand, it would be easy just to say that this case is not worth my time and let you work it out yourselves.
And what's he doing to those women?
Excellent.
He's not doing anything
Let me
to them.
finish. On the other hand, one of you is a fiendish and cold-hearted woman who does not deserve
He's
to be a
ruling on
mother.
a case.
Like a judge?
The
Yes,
question
exactly.
is, which one of you is it? Give me a moment to consider my options.
Of course, sir.
The two women, they are prostitutes.
The king is wasting his time hearing their disputes?
Well, it's a bit of a unique case. You see, they both had babies, and one of them died during the night when the woman rolled over on it.
What happened to motherly instincts?
Yes, well, anyway, the woman switched the dead baby for the other's live one and is trying to pass it off as her own.
That's terrible.
Exactly, but the good mom has no proof that the other baby is hers. It's not like they can do a DNA test or something.
I see.
You're going to like his ruling, though. Just wait.
All right, I've made up my mind. Here it comes. The lack of evidence or corroborating testimony in this case makes it nearly impossible to tell who is perjuring herself. Therefore, I am unable to decide which one of you is the true mother. I also cannot risk taking the baby away from the one to which he belongs. My ruling is that the baby shall be cut in two, and half be given to the plaintiff and half to the defendant.
What?
What kind of ruling is that?
Just wait.
Please stop.
How dare you object to the king's order? I've made my decision. Next case.
No, you can't. Give him to her, please. I beg you.
What?
Don't kill him. Let her have him.
And why should I do that?
I'd rather he lived with someone else than be killed.
Very well then. I find in favor of the plaintiff. Give the baby back to her.
What? But she said to give it to me.
Correct. You were okay with having him killed, but she, the real mother, couldn't stand to see her baby get hurt. Therefore, I find that you are the liar.
But
We're adjourned.
That was actually pretty clever.
I told you.
But how'd you know about it?
1 Kings chapter 3.
Ah, I should have known.
Excuse me, gentlemen, but the king would like to see you.
The king? Us?
Yes, please come with me.
But I don't,
It's not a request.
Oh, of course. We're happy to comply. Why would he be asking for us?
Or even more concerning, why does he even know who we are?
Good point.
Excuse me, do you know why the king wants to see us?
No, you'll have to ask him that. Right through here.
Ah, thank you, Enosh.
Of course.
You gentlemen aren't from around here, are you?
No, not exactly.
And where are you from?
You wouldn't believe me if I told you.
I had a feeling you would say that. Excuse me, sir. Yes? Well, if you don't mind my asking, how do you know us? I was informed that you would be arriving. Informed by whom? A mutual friend. I believe you know who I am referring to.
Yes, I think we do.
Do you guys need anything? Something to drink, perhaps?
No, thank you. We're fine.
You know, that was pretty impressive in there.
What, with the women?
Yes, I have to admit. At first I thought you were really going to cut that baby in two.
Yes, well, my ruse wouldn't have worked if it wasn't believable.
That's a good point.
We've heard stories about your wisdom, and today's events certainly seem to confirm them.
Ah, well, you flatter me. You know, that was a gift from our mutual friend.
What was?
A discerning heart.
Really?
Yes, I was in Gibeon when the Lord appeared to me in a dream and said, "Ask for whatever you want me to give you."
And you asked for wisdom?
After my father died, I took over the kingdom, but I was just a child. I didn't know what I was doing. People would come ask for judgment, just like the women today, or I would be given these big decisions to make that affect thousands of people.
I can imagine that would be quite stressful.
Indeed, so I asked him to give me a discerning heart in order to govern his people and distinguish between right and wrong.
And he gave it to you?
He most certainly did.
So what about these riches of yours I keep hearing about?
Yes. I never find myself wanting for much.
That's what I wanted to hear. So, how's this work then?
I'm not sure what you mean.
Oh, well, I guess I just assumed that our friend told you what we were here for.
I was told that some important people would be stopping by, and that I should treat you as such. In fact, he mentioned something about one of you being a prophet.
That would be him.
Yeah, whatever. And I was instructed to grant you both one request.
One request?
Yes, I was given the chance to ask for anything I wanted once, and now you get to do the same. You get one request, and I have to honor it.
How, big can this request be?
Name it. It's yours.
Really?
I know what I want.
Very well, then.
I simply want to pray.
Easy enough.
You what?
Take your time.
Jessup, you can do that anytime you want. Why don't you?
Adam, I know what I'm doing. Trust me.
All right, fine. Whatever.
Hey, Britt, how's it going up there? I know you promised me riches and this trip has been great, but I'm ready to go back home. I know now that my purpose in life is not just about raising money. My request is to be back in my office where I first met you. Amen.
Jessup, what are you doing?
Adam, that money was only going to cause trouble. Remember what he said about changing the future?
Yeah, but you could just be more responsible with the money. You know, don't drive my dad out of business.
Adam, a wise man once told me that you've got to know your weaknesses. If I need money, the Lord will provide it. I'll be just fine.
But,
No. I'm going to be leaving soon. Let's not end this trip with an argument.
All right. I hope you know what you're doing.
I do indeed.
Well, it's been great getting to know you.
And you as well. Here, you might as well hold on to this for me.
Your pendant? But how will you get home?
Oh, I'm sure Britt can manage it. I don't think his powers are limited by a little piece of ceramic.
Yeah, I suppose you're right.
I sense that my time is about up here. Remember what you told me earlier about your priorities.
I will. Goodbye, Jessup.
Goodbye, Adam. Peace be with you.
And also with you.
Whoa, what just happened?
It's a bit hard to explain.
Where did he go?
The better question is, when did he go?
I don't understand.
Never mind. So, I believe it's my turn to request something now?
Yes, I suppose it is. What would you like?
Well, I know this sounds crazy, but, I want what you got.
Everything I have?
Well, yes, actually, but more specifically, that distant heart thing.
You mean discerning heart?
Yeah, I think I'd like that. You know, all the money in the world wouldn't mean a thing if I didn't have the wisdom to spend it wisely.
I think that's a very good point.
And I would agree.
I had a feeling you were gonna show up.
And here I am.
You know, back when we first met, you said I would get the ultimate treasure. Something tells me this is what you were talking about all along.
I was indeed.
So, how about it then? Do I get the wisdom of Solomon?
I think the fact that you chose wisdom shows that you've already received it.
But how could I receive it before I even asked for it?
As you would say, time travel is tricky stuff.
Time travel?
Yes. Well, it's a figure of speech.
I see.
Thank you for your assistance, Solomon. It is much appreciated.
Of course.
Adam, we should be going now.
So, now what? You send me back home where I can use my newfound wisdom in jail?
Well, I suppose if you really want to go back home, that could be arranged.
Well, where else would I go? I don't really want to stay here.
I would think not. I'm surprised that you are abandoning the treasure so early.
What do you mean? I chose wisdom instead of the treasure, remember?
I'm afraid you were mistaken there.
What?
You chose wisdom, which entitles you to begin the treasure hunt.
But I thought...
The last few days have just been a test to see if you are worthy of taking on such a trek.
So, I passed then?
You did indeed.
Does this mean that Jessup failed? Because I'm pretty sure...
No, not at all. He did exactly what he was supposed to do, and he will be rewarded with all he needs.
Alright. So, now the treasure hunt starts?
It certainly does, but before you can receive your first clue, you'll need to meet your new partner.
Oh, great. Can we try to avoid the hospital visit this time?
That will be up to you, I'm afraid.
Alright. Well, let's get on with it then.
Sounds good. Here we go. Tonight's episode of the Ark of Time was written by Scott Strosahl. Adam King and Jessup Jones were performed by Greg Kilberger and Steve Rimpici. Additional voices were provided by Michael Helgens, Kasey Strosahl, and Elizabeth Herb. And the music was courtesy of Kevin MacLeod. Until next time, good night from Stroby Studios.
Thank you for listening to Season 1 of the Ark of Time. Don't miss next week when we debut our new show, What If?, that examines the hypothetical situations you've always wondered about. And in 2 weeks, The Watson Files returns with the Season 2 premiere, The Hound of the Baskervilles. Subscribe today at strobystudios.com.